a dark ocean, a symbol of American power, a single flash, and the world holds its breath. For decades, the USS Ronald Reagan, a Nimitz-class aircraft carrier, has patrolled the South China Sea, an imposing embodiment of American naval dominance. But the reign is challenged. The rise of China's military might casts a long shadow, threatening to overturn the established order. China's naval ambitions are no secret. It has invested heavily in an arsenal designed to neutralize the U.S. Navy's carrier advantage. This isn't just about flexing military muscle. It's a strategic play to assert control over vital sea lanes and challenge the United States' influence in the region. Every weapons test, every naval exercise sends a clear message. The South China Sea is within China's sphere of influence. Central to this strategy is the YJ-21 hypersonic anti-ship missile. This weapon represents a quantum leap in naval warfare, a game-changer designed to penetrate even the most sophisticated defenses. Imagine a projectile hurtling through the atmosphere at 10 times the speed of sound, Mach 10, from launch to impact, a matter of mere minutes. Its extreme velocity and maneuverability make it exceedingly difficult to intercept, leaving enemy ships vulnerable to a devastating strike. The YJ-21 can be launched from both warships and strategic bombers, extending China's reach far beyond its territorial waters. But the YJ-21 is just one piece of the puzzle. China's arsenal also includes the DF-21D and DF-26 anti-ship ballistic missiles. These carrier killers are capable of striking targets at distances exceeding 1,500 kilometers. They follow a ballistic trajectory, soaring into the upper atmosphere before plunging back down toward their target with incredible speed and precision. The DF-21D was the first of its kind, a mobile anti-ship ballistic missile designed to engage moving targets at sea. These missiles aren't designed to merely damage. Their sole purpose is to inflict catastrophic destruction, turning a billion-dollar warship into a flaming wreck. The H-6 bomber, though a legacy platform, has been modernized to carry advanced KD-20 anti-ship cruise missiles. These bombers can launch their payloads from standoff ranges, well outside the reach of U.S. Navy's air defenses, further complicating the strategic equation. The threat from the air demands constant vigilance, forcing the U.S. Navy to allocate resources to counter this multifaceted threat. Below the waves, China's submarine fleet silently prowls. These submarines, armed with advanced torpedoes and anti-ship cruise missiles, pose a significant threat to U.S. carrier strike groups. Their stealth capabilities allow them to approach undetected, launching surprise attacks that could cripple even the most heavily defended warships. A coordinated attack, combining submarine-launched missiles with air and surface strikes, presents a formidable challenge to U.S. naval forces. China's military doctrine emphasizes the use of swarm tactics, overwhelming enemy defenses with a coordinated barrage of missiles, drones, and electronic warfare attacks. This saturation strategy aims to overload defensive systems, creating vulnerabilities that can be exploited to devastating effect. The sheer volume of attacks, launched from multiple directions simultaneously, presents a daunting challenge to even the most advanced naval power. In April 2024, China conducted a large-scale naval exercise near Taiwan, simulating an attack on a target the size of an aircraft carrier. Over 30 ships and numerous aircraft participated, demonstrating China's growing ability to integrate air, surface, and subsurface assets in a coordinated offensive operation. This exercise sent a clear signal of China's resolve to project its power and deter any attempts to challenge its claims in the South China Sea. With over 300 warships, the People's Liberation Army Navy plan is now the world's largest naval force. No longer confined to coastal waters, the plan is increasingly operating in the open ocean, challenging the U.S. Navy's long-held dominance. Each new warship, each missile test, each large-scale exercise reinforces China's message. The South China Sea is not an international waterway, but a sovereign territory of China. This burgeoning naval power shifts the balance of power in the region. The era of unchallenged U.S. naval supremacy may be coming to an end. A new geopolitical reality is emerging, one in which China seeks to assert its dominance over the South China Sea and challenge the United States' role as the primary guarantor of regional security. The South China Sea, a vast expanse of strategic importance. On board the USS Ronald Reagan, the night is calm. Sailors maintain a routine patrol, the air thick with the hum of machinery. The ship is a city at sea, a floating fortress of American power. Suddenly, the stillness shatters. Radar operators detect multiple inbound missiles. The threat is real, imminent, and multifaceted. From the Chinese mainland, DF-21D anti-ship ballistic missiles arc high into the atmosphere. H-6 bombers release KD-20 cruise missiles, slicing through the air at blistering speeds. And skimming low above the waves, YJ-18. Cruise missiles evade radar detection. A coordinated, multi-domain attack designed to overwhelm the Reagan's defenses. The USNAVY responds with practiced precision. Within seconds of detecting the threat, the Aegis combat system springs to life. This advanced radar and fire control system tracks each missile, calculating its trajectory, speed, and potential impact point. The system automatically prioritizes targets, allocating defensive resources to intercept the most dangerous threats. SM-6 interceptor missiles roar skyward, engaging the high-flying DF-21s and KD-20s. Simultaneously, the Close-In Weapon System, CIWS, affectionately known as CRAM, rotates into position, unleashing a hail of rapid-fire projectiles at the incoming YJ-18. The night explodes with light as interceptors collide with their targets, detonating in fiery bursts high above the carrier. As the missiles clash overhead, the crew of the Reagan springs into action. Pilots scramble to their F-35 Sea Lightning II fighter jets, the deck vibrating with the thunder of their engines. Aircraft handlers work feverishly to prepare the planes for launch, ensuring they are armed and ready to intercept any remaining enemy aircraft. The first F-35C catapults off the flight deck, ascending rapidly to gain altitude and intercept any incoming bombers. Other sailors monitor electronic warfare systems, searching for jamming signals designed to disrupt the ship's radar and communications. Damage control teams stand ready, prepared to respond to any fires or flooding caused by incoming missile strikes. Every member of the crew knows their role, their actions honed by years of training and experience. Despite the Reagan's sophisticated defenses, one YJ-18 manages to penetrate the outer layers of protection. Flying low and fast, it evades radar detection, slipping past the interceptor missiles. The CRAM CIWS attempts a last-ditch interception, but its rapid-fire cannons are unable to bring the missile down. The YJ-18 slams into the Reagan's flight deck with a deafening explosion. The impact tears through the steel plating, igniting fuel and triggering secondary explosions. Flames erupt skyward, casting an eerie glow across the darkened sea. Debris rains down on the deck, and the ship shudders violently. The Reagan has sustained damage, but it remains afloat. Damage control teams swarm the impact zone, battling the fires and shoring up weakened structures. Sprinkler systems activate, dousing the flames and preventing them from spreading to other parts of the ship. Sections of the ship are sealed off to contain the damage and prevent flooding. Medical teams rush to the scene, providing first aid to injured sailors and evacuating them to the ship's medical facilities. Doctors and corpsmen work tirelessly to stabilize the wounded, treating burns, lacerations, and other injuries. From the bridge, the commanding officer maintains control, coordinating the ship's defenses and communicating with other vessels in the strike group. The engines below deck continue to churn, providing power and propulsion. The ship remains operational, albeit with reduced capabilities. Within 2 hours, the Reagan begins to recover. Unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs, launch from undamaged sections of the flight deck, providing aerial reconnaissance and damage assessment. The ship resumes limited flight operations, demonstrating its resilience and ability to withstand enemy attacks. The Reagan's ability to survive the missile strike is a testament to the Navy's rigorous training and damage control procedures. Exercises conducted in 2024, simulating missile attacks on U.S. carriers, have prepared the crew for this very scenario. The lessons learned from those exercises are now paying off as the crew responds with skill and determination, transforming a potential disaster into a demonstration of strength. The rest of the carrier strike group moves to protect the Reagan. Destroyers and cruisers spread out, forming a defensive perimeter to intercept any follow-on attacks. Submarines patrol the depths, hunting for enemy vessels. E-2D Hawkeye airborne early warning aircraft circle overhead, providing long-range radar surveillance and threat detection. The attack on the Reagan serves as a stark reminder of the evolving nature of naval warfare. The era of unchallenged U.S. naval supremacy is over. In today's battle space, threats emerge rapidly, demanding instantaneous responses and seamless coordination between machines and personnel. The crew of the Reagan has proven their ability to adapt and overcome, demonstrating the enduring strength and resilience of the U.S. Navy. The commanders now face difficult choices. Should they launch a retaliatory strike, risking a full-scale conflict, or should they consolidate their defenses and prepare for further attacks? The decisions made in the coming hours will have profound implications for the region and the world. Scarred but unbroken, the USS Ronald Reagan remains on station, a symbol of American resolve. The fleet around her stands vigilant, prepared for whatever may come. All eyes are fixed on the South China Sea, waiting to see what the future holds. The ship's ability to endure sends a clear message. The U.S. Navy will not be deterred. Its strength lies not only in its technology, but also in the courage and determination of its sailors. The news of the attack on the USS Ronald Reagan reverberates across the Indo-Pacific, triggering a swift and coordinated response from U.S. allies. The strike is a stark reminder of the growing threat posed by China's military ambitions, galvanizing regional powers to bolster their defenses and reaffirm their commitment to maintaining stability. Japan, bound to the United States by a mutual defense treaty, takes immediate action. Citing its concerns over China's territorial claims in the East China Sea, particularly the disputed Senkaku Islands, Tokyo deploys Patriot missile batteries to protect its southern coastline. Japanese Maritime Self-Defense Force, JMSDF. Destroyers, equipped with advanced Aegis radar systems, are redeployed to patrol the East China Sea, providing enhanced surveillance and air defense capabilities. JMSDF patrol aircraft increase their surveillance flights, monitoring Chinese naval activity in the region. Japan's response is a clear demonstration of its resolve to defend its territory and uphold the principles of freedom of navigation. South Korea, grappling with its own security challenges on the Korean peninsula, shifts its focus to the broader regional crisis. Seoul raises its military alert status and reinforces its air defenses with additional deployments of anti-aircraft missile systems. Coordination between South Korean and U.S. forces intensifies, ensuring seamless interoperability and mutual support. Recognizing the potential for North Korea to exploit the situation, South Korean forces maintain a heightened state of readiness along the Demilitarized Zone, DMZ. Simultaneously, South Korean diplomats engage in intensive consultations with Washington and Tokyo, seeking to forge a united front in response to the crisis. Australia, a key U.S. ally in the Pacific, activates its military forces to support the defense of the region. Royal Australian Air Force, RAF, fighter jets conduct patrol over the skies near Darwin, providing air defense and maritime surveillance. RAF P-8, Poseidon Maritime Patrol, aircraft conduct extensive surveillance operations over the eastern Indian Ocean and Timor Sea, gathering intelligence on potential threats. Royal Australian Navy, RAN warships deploy to strategic sea lanes, working in close coordination with the U.S. Pacific Fleet. These deployments build upon the enhanced defense cooperation between Australia and the United States, as outlined in the AUKUS Security Pact. Australia's actions underscore its commitment to regional security and its unwavering support for its allies. Taiwan, facing relentless pressure from China, finds itself on the front lines of the crisis. The Ministry of National Defense orders all military personnel to return to their bases and deploys additional warships to patrol the Taiwan Strait. Air patrols are intensified, with Republic of China Air Force ROCAF fighter jets maintaining a constant presence in the skies above the island. Cities across Taiwan reactivate civil defense exercises, preparing citizens for potential military attacks. Behind closed doors, Taiwanese officials seek assurances of support from the United States and other allies, requesting additional intelligence and military assistance. Taiwan stands resolute, determined to defend its sovereignty and way of life. The Philippines, bolstered by its renewed security alliance with the United States, takes steps to enhance its maritime defenses. The Philippine Navy deploys patrol boats to the Spratly Islands and Second Thomas Shoal, asserting its territorial claims in the South China Sea. Radar systems are upgraded to improve maritime domain awareness, and additional coastal defense missile units are deployed to strategic locations. The Philippines' actions demonstrate its commitment to upholding international law and resisting China's expansionist ambitions. This is Goba Military. Subscribe for real-time battlefield updates and strategic insights.